Welcome to Unleash Your Leadership Potential, Conquering Stress for Success, featuring Coach Andrew Tyson. We're going to jump into the art of finding your why, using it to fuel your leadership style, and addressing stressors in your life and business to help you achieve unparalleled success. Let's get started.
So a little bit about myself. I own a few exterior cleaning businesses. I own one in Augusta, Georgia, and one in Baltimore, Maryland. So if y'all are from anywhere near there, hey. I don't make it up to Baltimore a whole lot because it's cold, especially right now, but I love Augusta. And then just launched an outdoor lighting company and recently got into commercial real estate, which is now a new passion of mine. So that's basically me in a nutshell. Kind of going back to that teacher thing, you remember your teachers. You're probably not going to remember a whole lot about what I say today. But I want you to write down 3 things because these are your 3 takeaways. Okay, everybody get their pen ready? 3 takeaways, if you don't get anything else, is I want you to be able to have a solid why. If you haven't watched Simon Sinek's Start With Why, that's part of your homework, right? Watch that, but have a solid why. The second thing is you need to know the hows and the whos needed to accomplish your why. The hows and the whos needed to accomplish your why. And that the third thing is to be able to create your future vision. Where are you going? A lot of people can dream and they do their vision boards, but how specific is it? Your future vision. Where do you want to be? So we're going to start with why. And if it's okay, I can bring a mic around, or Shayna, if you want to be interactive, we can pass a mic around. But I just want to get a few whys, right? Everybody probably has a why, and I just want to hear what some of those whys are. So can anyone share their why? If not, I'm going to call on you. Yeah, what's your why?
I feel like it's probably a lot of people's why, but to provide for my family. Yeah.
For your family, absolutely.
Yeah, so mine was, like you said, so my at the core, my why is to be able to, one, provide for a family, but also build a business that serves me so that I have the time freedom to be a present husband and father one day.
I love it. Yeah. Yeah, green shirt.
Green shirt. Yeah.
Green shirt.
So mine started off the same as everybody else's. I wanted to make a lot of money. Well, maybe not everybody, but I wanted to make a lot of money, family thing. But then probably 2 years into it, I realized that my true why, I was a teacher too formerly.
Nice.
My true why was to build people, to build community, and to give people that worked for me a life that they deserved but didn't know how to get to. So that's what I work so hard for now.
That's excellent. So all of us have, you want to say something?
Oh, no, I was just going to build about that. That's amazing. Please do. Hi, I'm Paul. That's quite amazing because that's my why, is teaching people to be grateful, have a purpose, just exactly what we're doing here to our people that don't believe they can do it. And I have a sales guy right now, and I call him my $1 million man, and now he believes it. So he just keeps saying that to everybody. So that's awesome, man.
That's excellent. And everyone, whether it's written or not, has a why. Like each one of you can think right now and you say, my why is time freedom. It's my family. It's building people up. It's encouraging people. What we want to be able to do is to elaborate on that why. We want to turn that why into a mission statement. You have a mission statement for your company. Why do you not have a mission statement for your why? So before I get into my why, and tell you what my why is, I'm going to give you a quick story of how I came to my why, and then I'm going to encourage you to kind of do the same thing at your own table through a little activity that we have here. So I'm going to go back in time 10 years. I'm 38 now, so I got married 10 years ago, still happily married. Thank you. But 10 years ago, I was happily married to Kelly. So Kelly's up here on the screen in all 3 pictures. Those are my kids. Tanner is my little girl, Tanner Charleston. She has a boy's name, but she is a girly, prissy girl, extremely uncoordinated. loves ballet, loves art, very bright, but coordination is not her thing. Brooks, Brooks is a mess. He is not the most intelligent child, but he is extremely coordinated and very good at sports. So he took after his dad, and I guess she took after her mom. But my why, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you it's my family, right? It's much more than that. So 10 years ago, we got married. 9 years ago, my wife was diagnosed with a brain tumor. It's called an oligodendroglioma. Don't worry, that's not going to be on the test. You don't have to spell it. But she was diagnosed with that. And this type of brain tumor is not a brain tumor that it's small or it can be resected and it's just going to go away magically. It's the type of brain tumor that, yes, it can be taken out, but it's going to come back at some point. It could be 6 months. It could be 3 years. You just have no idea when that's going to come back. And so when that happened, if you can imagine, young newlywed couple without kids at that time, our world was rocked. Like everything about me had changed. I was a teacher, which I had a teacher salary. She was now out of work because she had a brain surgery, right? And she's okay today, by the way. Fast forward to the end. She's okay. But at that time, the prognosis was 3 to 5 years. So everything about my life changed. I was now living life day to day and thinking that my bride, whom I love very much, is going to have 3 to 5 years and I'm going to be without her. So as we did, she wanted to have a child at that time. And ultimately, of course, we're having a child and I'm thinking, okay, this is great. And it really was great because and I'm not trying to be somber. I'm just trying to give you a picture of my why. But I wanted to be able to keep a piece of her with me when she was gone, right? Very sad. I've told this story a couple times. I get choked up a lot because it's real. It's real life, and that happens. But we have a child, and that was Tanner. And then what ended up happening is now I have a child. I have a wife, and she did go back to work, but at that time she was a counselor. She really didn't make much money. I'm a teacher. I'm working extra jobs to make ends meet. And through that, through living paycheck to paycheck, I go off for 2 weeks to work an extra job. I come home. I actually missed the first 2 weeks of my daughter's birth because I'm trying to make ends meet and had to go up to Seattle for some crazy job. And when I get back, it's Augusta, Georgia. It's 100 degrees and our AC's out. So have to pay for the AC. Honest to goodness, true story. As the guy, and he gets out, any HVAC guys in here? Yes, you'll appreciate this. So this guy, I'm calling around to my buddies because I can't fix this thing. I have no idea what's going on. But this guy, as I call around and I'm like, look, I got to get this fixed. Who's the cheapest guy you got? I got no money. And so this guy pulls up in a car that looks like it just got out of a drive-by. He's smoking a cigarette, like pulling it out, throws it down on the asphalt or on my driveway, gets out, he's like, yeah, I can fix this. I'm like, okay, whatever, just fix it. As he goes to work, I go inside to write a check. I have no idea how much it's going to be, but I know how much I have in my bank account, and I had like $103. I wrote him a check for $100, emptied my bank account. Thankfully, I don't remember his name. I'm very thankful for him, but he took that $100, and he was understanding, and we had AC, and we lived off peanut butter sandwiches and got us to the next month. But what happened at that same time is my business started. And when that business started, and anybody that kind of old school remembers the old Josh Latimer days, it was all about systems, right? Systems, everything. So with my newborn, with the new business that wasn't doing anything, I stayed up late at night, every night, which if you've had a newborn, for those of you that have kids, you're up anyways. But I was staying up every night writing out systems for a company that I really didn't have, for people that I didn't have. I was writing scripts. I was writing systems. I was doing all this legwork, having no clue if it was ever going to come to fruition. But I knew right then that I had to change what I was doing for myself, for my family, and for Brooks' game, for my kids. And so all that created my new why. And so that why has driven me. And then that why I call as my guiding light, right? It's the same thing we say in business. When all else fails, when you're lost in the dark, your mission is your guiding light. So my mission, my why, is to create a beautiful life with experiences, quality time, and financial freedom for my family and loved ones. So for me, what that means is not just my family, it's my loved ones. And I honestly, I love everybody. Since that time, I used to be the kind of shy guy. I'm not going to tell you I love you. I'll tell anybody I love them. I love you, right? I love you. I love you all, right? And I want you to have fulfilled life with experiences, with time freedom, with everything that you have, right? Zig Ziglar once said, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. Dude, I encourage everybody to just remove that second part. Just help everybody get what they want. If it works out for you, great. But man, how many people have you helped along the way? Just help people get what they want. That's your family, your loved ones. Hopefully that's your employees, if you have any. Hopefully it's a lot of employees. I want to transition into a little activity here. It's going to be a quick activity. You're going to do it at your table. I'm not going to ask you to get up or share because it is going to get a little personal, but it's going to help you to create that why. Brandon Vaughn that was just speaking, and I've heard that pretty similar speech a couple times, but he did this with us several years ago at what was called the High Altitude Summit. I don't think there's anybody here. Yay, yeah, that's right. David was here. David, you'll remember this one because everyone cried. Everyone. We're not going to go that far. We're not going to do fireside, and we're not going to share it. We're going to do a quicker version, and I really pray that you don't cry through it, but you might, okay, if you really think about it and you take the time to do it. So in 5 minutes, I want you to do these three things. So write this down, please. I want you to write down how old you're going to be when you die. How old you're going to be when you die. Then I want you to write down how you're going to die. How you're going to die. And then the last thing is I want you to write in a few sentences what the person closest to you will say about you at your funeral. So just take 5 minutes and do that. I'll kind of put a timer on here. Again, I'm not going to ask you to share this with anybody. Keep it personal. Brandon and Iram and them had us share it in small groups. That's the hard part. Writing it is hard enough. Try telling it to a group of your friends and colleagues. Okay, if you're still writing, go ahead and keep doing that, or if you're at a good stopping point. Now that you have just kind of been brought to some type of reality, because it's going to happen at some time, whether you want to or not, hopefully not today, hopefully not anytime soon, but at some point it will. But hopefully it brought you back to what's really important in your life. Hopefully you were able to think about that person or those people closest to you and what you want them to think about, what you want them to say to all the people that are going to be at your funeral. For me, it helped me envision what my funeral is going to be like, how many people are going to be there, if anybody's going to show up. what my kids are going to say about me, what my wife is going to say about me. So now that we have that, I want you to take 3 minutes to write out your new mission statement, to elaborate on that why. This is your why as a mission statement, not just some quick, concise, it's my family, it's my time, it's financial freedom, but a true mission for your life. And I'll tell you mine again: to create a beautiful life with experiences, quality time, and financial freedom for my family and loved ones. And what is your why? Okay, hopefully you've been able to finish your mission statement. If not, keep working on it. We've got time tonight, tomorrow, whenever it is, but definitely finish that. It's your guiding light. It's your principles. It's what you stand for. When you're lost in the dark, go back to why you're doing all that you are doing. Now that we have our why, we need to know the how and the who to be able to do that. Right? To be able to accomplish everything that you want in life, and by God, I want you to accomplish that. So the first thing that we need to do is the how. I start with the how because you have to have basic systems in place. I'm not a systems fanatic. I do love systems because I'm weird like that, but I'm not the guy. I hit a point that I had systems upon systems upon systems, and you end up just being over-systemized. You have no personality as a company. But I'm going to tell you that Conquer, we're at the Conquer Summit, so I should give them a shout out. But Conquer, Brandon Vaughn, those guys, the founding members, they created that business snapshot. Those 52 items that they have, every one of those should be checked off for you. Every one of them. If they don't, make that your goal this year to have the 52 things in place, at least at a 7 or above, which hopefully most of y'all know what I'm talking about, but have those systems down. They are the basic systems. They're going to evolve. They're going to continue. There's going to be a whole lot of other stuff that you're going to want to include, but the basic systems we have to be able to start with. You have to know what you're doing. Once you finish some of those systems, then the single most important thing is going to be your who. Brandon talked a lot about this, right? Brandon has become a good friend of mine. And in private conversations, he has told me, Andrew, after all those, if anybody remembers the System Saturdays, and he was all about systems, following in Josh Latimer's and a place there, he said, Andrew, the biggest game changer I ever had was not the how, not the systems. Like, you got the basics on that. It's who. It is who. So get the right people in the right seats on the right bus, right? You can go into other stuff with your coach or whoever it is to work out recruiting and packaging and all that stuff that you're going to offer. But the biggest thing is look for those right people, right? Get the right tools in place to be able to find the right people to drive your company forward. Find people that are better than you. Don't be intimidated by them. Learn from them. If you're not hiring people that are better than you, then your company's going to be in trouble, and you're going to always be the bottleneck in your company. I pray I'm never the best person in my company. I want to be the dumbest person, right? I am that person that loves being the dumbest person in the room. I hope I'm the dumbest person here. But find the right who's to be able to accomplish everything that you want and that they want. Now, I'm going to go through very quickly. Everyone's seen these stages, right? But if you haven't, just go to base camp. You'll have it. Or if you don't have it, just come ask me. I'll get your email. I'll send you all this. You can get through all the stages. I skip stage 1 because I think everyone in here is probably past stage 1. Or if you're at stage 1, you need to get to stage 2 anyways. But these are the people that you need to have in place. And again, when you hire these people, don't just hire the next guy that shows up at your office and wants a job. When you hire that crew leader or that technician, make sure they're great people, right? Make sure they're the people that are going to take your company to the next level. Most people in here, not everyone, was probably a technician at some point. You were probably a really good technician. Find somebody that's better than you, or at least equal to you. Stage 3, the person doing the sales, right? Again, you've seen all this. Just keep hiring people better than you. I got people in the back that are showing me like how much time. Have you ever seen that Jimmy V speech? He's like, look, I got a guy in the back showing me I got 10 seconds. I'm dying of cancer up here. Like, I really care about that. Stage 4, the general manager. And then, of course, stage 5. Now, I'll walk you through those because stage 5 is my encouragement. This is where you need to be. I don't care if you want to always have a small company. I don't care if you want to have a massive company. I don't care if you want to be the next Housecall Pro. But you have to be able to get to stage 5 to be able to truly accomplish what you're looking for. You cannot be the guy doing the marketing, doing the sales, doing the thing, driving the bus. You can't be doing all those different things and be able to accomplish what you want for yourself. But again, go back to Zig Ziglar, what you want for other people. If you're always the guy doing those things, you're bottlenecking those other people. They don't have an opportunity to advance. Let them advance. Let them fulfill their own life's mission. So now we get into some stress versus leadership. We all have lots of stress. I'll just being transparent. I am the king of stress, all right? I'm able to come up here and talk to you guys about this. I deal with everything that I'm talking about right now. I deal with it daily, and I have to encourage myself and do daily practices to make sure that I don't get caught back up in the rat race. But when we talk about stress versus leadership, how many directions are you pulling yourself? How many different things are you looking at? Where is your focus? And then where is your team's focus? What would happen to your team or to your business, to yourself, if you were all pulling in the same direction? I got a feeling you would say you would drive forward a lot quicker and a lot faster. Make sure that everyone is pulling in the same direction. I wanted to put some people up here. I threw Brandon Vaughn in just to have fun, right? But we know these people. Hopefully, maybe at least 4 or 5 of them. But you got Bezos, you got Jack Welch. He's actually kind of like a role model of mine. Tony Robbins, or was. Condoleezza Rice, and Brandon Vaughn. And as I was exploring these guys, kind of preparing for this, the one thing that I saw that they did, or actually a lot of things, is they had notable habits that they had created. One is they were all CEOs or the leaders of their organization, right? And then I'm going to get into a few things that they do to hopefully make you a better leader and to get you, as Brandon says, off the truck. These are the things that they do. I actually stole this from a book. I couldn't remember the book, so I didn't give it credit. But these are the things that you have to do. Number 1, you have to see the future. You have to be able to not just see where you're going, but then you have to paint that vision for your employees. They need to know where you're going. If they don't know where you're going, you're not all pulling in the same direction. You have to engage and develop others. Your employees are not just resources or assets. They are people. Engage with them. Develop them. How many people in here brought an employee with them to the summit? Nice. All right, we got one. And I'm not saying you need to pay a $1,200 ticket and fly them down to Orlando, but train them. Give them opportunities to develop themselves. Give them books. Give them things to encourage and develop them. Reinvent continuously. What you're going to be doing in a year from now, you should be embarrassed by what you're doing today. That has been a motto of mine for 8 years. I should be embarrassed by the things that I see now. That's like that 1% rule that he was talking about, right? Always getting better. He used Tommy Mello's quote, right? You should be the best you are today, but the worst you've ever been, right? Always getting better. Value results and relationships. Those go hand in hand. I'm a huge KPIs guy. If you ever talk to me, the number one thing I'm going to talk to you about with your team is going to be KPIs. If we're talking about kind of teamwork and attitude and things like that, it's going to be KPIs and results. And I'm going to put a lot of value in those. You just ask my people. But it's also relationships. Care about them. And then embody the values. Hopefully everyone in here has core values for their company. If you don't, do that, like now. But then embody those values, right? I can spit off every one of our core values that we have, and I can promise you that I embody those values, right? Excellence in the ordinary is one of those. Everything that I do, no matter how small it is, I want it to be perfect, right? Commit to dominating. I'm always going to want to be the best. I'm also a very competitive person, right? And so on. These are daily habits of these notable leaders that I found. These are things you're probably not doing because you are very caught up in putting out fires and the day-to-day and all the other stuff that goes on. But they all get up early to have puttering time, to have time for themselves. They don't wake up and immediately check their emails. They don't wake up and immediately check Slack or Voxer or whatever communication tool you're using to see who's not coming in, who's called in sick, what customer is upset, the weather changed, and so now I got to change all the jobs. Whatever it is, right? You can come up with a list of probably 50 other items. You don't get up and start your day with that, right? Now that's going to consume the rest of your day. Have that puttering time. They make very few decisions. You right now probably make lots of decisions every single day. Very few decisions, but those are all very high-level decisions. Any big decisions that they make, they do it before lunch. That's when your brain is the freshest. That's when you're going to be spot on. They have excellent time management. They're excellent delegators. Just by a quick show of hands, how many of you can say you're an excellent delegator? Got one. Teacher. Teacher. Teachers are great delegators, I guess. We know how to tell our students what to do. Excellent delegators. And then they put out the fires in the afternoon, right? You're not going to start your day putting out fires. Filling up your me time. So I do want to do something very quickly, another just short activity. As I run out of time, I'm surprised you don't have another time thing for me. But I want you to write down 5 things that you do every day. Every day. It could be scheduling, estimates, putting out fires, dealing with employees, dealing with customers. Just write 5 quick things that you do every single day.
We hope that the insights shared today have inspired you to embrace your leadership abilities and overcome stress with confidence. Remember, the path to success is paved with resilience and self-discovery. If you're ready to continue your journey of growth and development, visit our website, conquernow.com, for additional resources and support.